One of the biggest things that I learned along the way, and I learned along the way as an educator, as a teacher, and now as a mom, is that, we not only have to be stewards for ourselves, but we have to be stewards for each other, and we have to be stewards for where we live. Hi, my name is Adlah Chisti, and I live in San Francisco, California. I have a 3-year-old daughter now, and now that she's 3 and I'm a mom, I think it's really important to make sure we're taking leadership and moving things forward for our kids. So when I was growing up in San Francisco, I actually did a program called Aim High. They would take kids out to the headlands and introduce them to native plants, nurseries, invasive plants, and that really spoke to me. And then I went back to the program teaching other urban youth and kind of empowering them with like what it's like to be outside, what it's like to be camping. The drive, for me stemmed from that program, which was to fight for environmental justice. When I was doing that program too, my teachers were people who cared about the climate and stuff like that, but it always seemed like an issue that was just not personal for me because of who I am or who I grew up as. And so being in school and doing programs like Aim High, it was really something for me was to just get out of the prescribed like notions of being Indian, being Muslim. So that was something where it drove me to make sure that like this environmental justice piece is also inclusive of everybody and it's accessible to everybody to take action on. Last year, I ran for office and I met other moms who were part of Mothers Out Front. And so had I not talked to this mom and asked her like, how'd she get involved or why she's so active in climate change? And she said, well, I was part of Mothers Out Front. And we actually wanted to have our school change the use of plastics in their lunches. So if I had not had asked her that, I would have never found out about Mothers Out Front. I would have never have found out that there are other moms who actually want to do this kind of activism. I think we're a new generation of moms and we want to continue to just be stewards. And this whole concept of being a steward, I think, is something that we should also pass down to our kids.